Alright folks, this is a long-term review of my Fuji X-E3, which I still have, and I have three lenses for it. I have this 23mm f1.4, which is an equivalent to a 35mm. I have the compact 50mm f2, and then I have the 56mm f1.2. So I have three lenses for it, but this is the one that lives primarily on the lens. Or on the camera, I'm sorry. And I really like this camera. I like the images that it produces. I think it's a lot better than what I was getting out of my Micro Four Thirds system, and almost as good as my full frame. So I had a Canon 5D Mark II, and I was shooting with that for a long time with a bunch of L lenses, the 16 to 35, the 24 to 70, 70 to 200, 100 to 400, and it was great. But that was a big kit. So that, that 100 to 400 L lens, telescoping, you pull it out to zoom, was massive. So was the 7200, and that was one of the reasons that I went to Micro Four Thirds, where everything was a lot more compact. But at the end of the day, I wasn't getting a lot of what I was looking for in the Micro Four Thirds system in terms of depth of field, in terms of just raw image quality, and the ability to just crop into a photo and get a nice picture out of it. I felt that compromise was too much, and that made me consider the CMOS sensor. And I'm very happy about it. And I'm actually very happy about this X-E3. I've actually taken it everywhere with me around the world. It's been to Asia, it's been to Europe, US, of course. And in the end, though, I'm finding that I'm traveling less and less with this, because that's when I pull out the camera the most. Of course, I can use the phone. So I have an iPhone XS that I'm using to film this video, and it travels with me all the time. But in the end, I'm still keeping that X-E3, but I ended up getting this. So this is the X100F. It's got the same 23mm 35 equivalent lens built into it. Granted, it's more like the compact F2 series rather than the big 1.4, but you can see that it's a lot smaller, which was perfect for me. And I found that because I had the 23mm on this camera almost all the time, this was perfect. I do lose the ability to switch lenses with it, but you know what? I don't miss that as much as I thought I would. And this is such a small, compact camera that it made a whole lot of sense. It doesn't mean that I'm losing this and giving it up at all. I'm still keeping it, I'm still using it. I just use it a lot less. But with the X-E3, I've shot professional photos with it, of course a ton of travel photos, and I'll put those up, some architectural, and the image quality is just awesome, especially with the lenses that I have. This 23mm f1.4 is just awesome. I mean, there's nothing else to say about it, but it's pretty damn massive for a lens on something this compact, right? So that's why I got this one to use as my day-to-day, high quality, when I want something that's more than just a phone picture. And don't get me wrong, this iPhone XS takes great photos. I mean, phone sensors and lenses and whatever have come a long ways, but they still don't beat, this. I really like the viewfinder styling of these cameras. So it's not like I'm moving away from the Fuji family. It's just that I've gotten back to what took me away from full frame in the first place, which is getting to the compact, size of a camera. So I'm feeling like this is probably the perfect camera for me. It's as small as some of my big Micro Four Thirds camera, but it takes photos are so much better. So that's where I am. So in terms of the long-term review, was I disappointed that I got the X-E3? Absolutely not at all. It's just that it ended up being just ever so slightly bigger than I was hoping for in moving away from full frame. I still use it. You're going to see a bunch of images coming up that I'll talk to, but I just use it less. So I still have it. I don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon at all. But I do enjoy the compactness of the X100F a lot. And in fact, this weekend, tomorrow, I'm going to be flying out early back to the United Kingdom. And the only camera that's going to come with me is this X100F. So long term, I like the X-E3. I really do. The film simulation, out of camera JPEG, all of that is excellent. But for portability, it's a bit tough depending on what lens kit you have with it. This 23mm 1.4, it's massive. That 56mm f1.2, it's massive. If you stuck with that small kit, I think it's the 23f2, the 35f2, which I have, and then the, what is it, 58f2. If you stuck with those three, they're relatively small. You know, it's about this high, and about this round, right, diameter. So they're small and compact lenses, but it still doesn't beat this, almost a pancake. So if you stuck with the smaller lens kit, you're gonna give up some things, bokeh and all that, but that may work out better for you. So I still love Fuji. I love the system. I think that the X-E3 with that X-Trans sensor, that's the same as in the X-T2 and the X Pro 2. It's an excellent camera. It's an excellent sensor. I still use it. I still love it. It's just not very portable for me in terms of going around town, around the country, around the world. So yeah, that's my thought long term. Not getting rid of it, like I said. I'm just going to be staying in the Fuji system for the foreseeable future. And I still enjoy shooting with the X-E3 when I take it out for certain shoots, but my X100F is my everyday camera from Fuji. Anyways, that's my long-term thoughts on this camera after using it for more than, gosh, I think I bought the X-E3 like February of 2018. So it's been about 14 months. I think that I know quite a bit about it to give my thoughts on a long-term review. So there you have it. Hope you enjoy it and enjoy the images that are coming up. All right, thanks.